Happening now, a former Clymer Central school teacher charged after deputies say she had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old. A girl is recovering after falling into an open manhole. And West Nile in western New York? Officials think so. That's news now for Wednesday, October 4th, 2017.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
A former teacher is charged with having an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old.
And that student was allegedly 15 when the relationship started. I'm James Reed.
And I'm Justin Gould. That's our top story. We reached out to the superintendent of Clymer Central School, Bert Lichtis, this morning, who says 31-year-old Samantha Discombe is no longer employed there.
Mrs. Dascombe was employed at Clymer Central School for a number of years. She resigned her position last spring.
Were you aware of the relationship before the sheriff's office started investigating it?
I guess I would refer all those kind of questions to the district attorney.
Okay.
She was employed at our school. She resigned. The district cooperated with the sheriff's office during the investigation, and it came to the conclusion Monday night in court.
Sheriff Joe Gerasi says Dascombe appeared in court on Monday to face one count of endangering the welfare of a child.
Well, there's been a charge for endangering. Moving forward, the case is pending. It was a relationship that went on for a period of time and with a minor child. Well, that's putting somebody, in this case, a child in harm's way, and there's a litany of different things that could bring that type of charge. And because this case is pending, I'm not at liberty to discuss it in detail.
We've reached out to Clymer Town Court to see what the next step is for Dascombe, but so far, no response.
The James Prendergast Library is in dire straits as the city's budget woes continue. Our Ryan Hedrick has more.
A longtime fixture in our community is in desperate need of funding. The Prendergast Library, and you see that sign right behind me. There it is. It spells it out for you. The city of Jamestown cut $250,000 from the library last year, according to Tina Scott, the executive director.
The library has had a deficit budget for a number of years. This has been going on for, I would say, 50 plus years. I mean, I look back in the minutes and I see that they have struggled with the budget over the years. Of course, some years are better than others, but it is nothing new. It's just that foundations have stepped in to close that gap. The city of Jamestown did fund the library. In most recent years, it was about a third of our budget, and luckily the library does have a healthy endowment fund, and that provides another third of the budget. However, the rest of it has to be made up with fines, fees, fundraising, memorials. We get some state funding for being a central library, and we do get money from JBC to be their library. So we have a mixture of sources, but none of those are sustainable. You never know when you're not going to get them anymore.
Now, why is this happening, you ask? Well, that's a good question. Some of it is due in large part to people not paying their fines. Tina Scott says, any way you slice it, it's a mess.
There are many people who do pay their fines, and they willingly do it because they know it helps the library survive. We have some people who are unable to pay their fines, and some people who won't, and we may never see those fines. But again, it is a portion of our budget. We do rely on it. If you're under $10, you can still use the computers, but some people don't think about, well, maybe I should just pay that $9.50 because they can use the computers. Yet, if everybody did pay that money and bring their records down to zero, it would help.
This community resident, her name is Madeline Olson. She volunteers her time here in the afternoons. She says the library has given her a very healthy outlet for her expression and it has also given her some resources that she wouldn't have ordinarily had.
A safe space that actually lets me find my creativity outlet. It brings the community together. It lets me meet new people. It's, for not just me, for adults in general, it kind of gives you a space to be able to do the things you need to do when you don't have a lot of money to buy, your own printer or to have money access to computers and, just the community in general. They really help you do the things you need to do in life.
So what can you do to get involved? The bottom line, Tina Scott says you need to be active. You need to let your voice be heard.
Go to city council meetings, get involved, ask questions. I don't think you can make a decision about anything that happens in your community unless you have all the facts.
Reporting from the Prendergast Library, where it is in desperate need of funding, quite possibly a miracle. I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Ryan, thank you. Now, one way you can help out the library is to go to the special October fundraiser they'll be holding on Saturday. That's called Books, Brats, and Beer. And I think Justin Gould will probably be there.
Oh, man. Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
It's like Oktoberfest, only at the library. Well, an update on gas prices in Chautauqua County, and it's not just your imagination. They're going up slightly this week, and they're currently averaging around $2.70 per gallon. The national average this week is down 2 cents per gallon to $2.55. The price at this time last year was $2.29.
Straight ahead, a scary situation in Buffalo after a child falls through a sewer manhole. But first, here's Dakota Hunter with your First Defense weather forecast.
Now, your First Defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Well, good Wednesday, everybody. Let's take a look at the current conditions out at the airport at this hour. It's 68 degrees, which actually does feel pretty nice this time of the year. It feels like 68 when you combine it with that southwest wind at 12 and a 53-degree dew point. And on First Defender live scan radar, we don't have a lot showing up across the area. In fact, here's the live sweep coming around right now to give us all the latest data. And we do have rain that is up here across, I think that's Toronto. You think I would know Canadian provinces.
Right.
I think that's Toronto coming in across the Niagara Peninsula, and this is ultimately going to get into western New York over the next couple hours, and we do expect more rain on the way for today and tonight. But first off, go down to the tropics. This is Invest 90L that the National Hurricane Center is watching, and it's right down here, very close to the Yucatan Peninsula off Mexico. And you can see the National Hurricane Center gives it a 90% chance of forming into a tropical depression over the next couple days. In fact, the latest update from the National Hurricane Center says it could form anytime within the next couple hours. And this is the model guidance for the investigation. And you can see it is going to ultimately come up into the Gulf. But after that, there is a little uncertainty with this. It is still way too early to know a final destination. But of course, we will keep you up to date on that when new information comes in. Here's your First Defense forecast for today. Partly sunny on average. A slight chance of rain showers in the afternoon hours. We'll shoot for that high of around 76 with a gusty breeze. And then for tonight, showers with a possible thunderstorm, especially earlier on. Brief heavy downpours are possible. I don't expect flash flooding, but maybe some minor potting on roadways. 54 will do it for tonight. And then for tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny. Showers in the morning will ultimately diminish, becoming partly to mostly sunny. We'll go for that high of around 69 degrees. And then on the First Defense 7-day forecast, we actually cool off a little bit on Friday with more rain, but then we actually warm back up again on Sunday with a high of 74, but more rain returns for early next week. News Now continues after the break, so please stay with us.
Chautauqua Audio Works now offers instrument rentals starting at just $17 per month. We're your school's band and orchestra headquarters, the only place with loaners on site. So pick up an instrument today. Order online with the keyword Chautauqua, shipping straight to your door. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
A 12-year-old girl is recovering in the hospital after she fell into an open sewer manhole near Buffalo. Ed Riley has more.
Oh my God, I was terrified. I was praying that she was okay.
All day long, family members of 12-year-old Grace Knox were on pins and needles, waiting to hear how the 7th grade student was doing after falling into this uncovered sidewalk sewer manhole. Around 2 p.m., an update.
How's Gracie?
She has to have surgery.
Oh my God, what, her leg?
Yeah, on her ankle. She shattered her ankle.
At Women and Children's Hospital, Grace's father told us his daughter normally walks to Southside Elementary School with her 9-year-old brother Jake. But today, Jake was sick.
And she was walking, and all of a sudden she said that she was just in the bottom of the sewer.
For close to an hour, the young girl was stuck in the hole standing in 2 feet of cold water. When she was finally rescued, first responders found she had a broken ankle and a very low body temperature.
All tests came back negative, so she's okay in that regard, too.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that. Thank God.
When Grace fell, she dropped her cell phone, and it was a bypasser who finally heard her screams for help.
I just want to say to him personally, thank you, and God bless you for that.
The big question now, why was the manhole open? A neighbor who lives next to the manhole told us he was sure it was covered last evening, leading many in the neighborhood to wonder if someone opened it overnight.
Unknown people out there that are doing these things that are harming our children.
For Grace's family, relief.
If she would have stayed down there much longer, she wouldn't have made it. She would cause the hypothermia.
Okay, well, don't think about that, okay? Just don't think about that.
I'm trying not to.
Just think about that she's safe, okay? Because that's all I was thinking, okay?
Well, fortunately, that story did have a happy ending. Now, officials say the girl was trapped in about 2 feet of rushing water for nearly an hour.
Oh, wow. Well, you can expect to pay more to heat your home this winter. National Fuel says they're increasing heating costs by almost 30%. Last year, customers paid almost $470 for the 5-month heating season. This year, you can expect to pay almost $600. Officials blame a mild winter and low natural gas commodity prices for the increase.
The New York State Department of Health says a case of West Nile virus has struck Erie County. Officials say this is the first case of the virus in the area in 5 years.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Located in the St. Elmo building in Chautauqua Institution, La Familia Restaurant is more than a restaurant.
So people love the fact that we are committed to the farm-to-table aspect in our produce and focus on sustainability with our seafood, too.
La Familia has signature dishes.
Sirloin filet over on the table. Next is our Aegean chicken and cider brine pork chop.
La Familia even has a singing chef. La Familia, fine dining with a family atmosphere. Let them host your special event today. LaFamiliaCHQ.com.
The American League wildcard game in the Bronx on Tuesday night, and a perfect baseball night to play. And before the Yankees and the Twins tangled, a moment of silence for those killed in Las Vegas on Sunday night.
As we remember the victims of the tragedy in Las Vegas on Sunday night, let us all remember those who lost their lives, those who were injured, their families and friends, the first responders, and all those impacted by the tragedy.
Let's fast forward to the 4th inning, and the Yankees rookie Aaron Judge smacks one deep to left and gone. Who says baseball is a grown man's game? Look at the look on his third Yankee in history to homer in his postseason debut. The Yankees going to win 8-4. They now play the Cleveland Indians on Thursday night. Joe Girardi recognized that smile. The Yankees skipper says it's rare that you don't see a smile on Aaron's face.
When I look at Aaron, there's a smile on his face a lot, and there's just something about him, the way he carries himself, that you just feel really good when he's around. When he's at the plate, whether he's playing defense, whether he's standing next to you, waiting for you to come off the field, you just feel really good when he's around. And I felt that, like, he's, him and Gardy were saying, let's go, first inning, let's go, that sort of thing. And they took it upon themselves.
Brooklyn. The New York Knicks locked arms during a moment of silence for victims of gun violence, poverty, equal justice, access to education, and civil rights, and then during the national anthem. And then the Brooklyn Nets went on to beat the Knicks 115-107. High school football End Zone Live. It is presented by Schultz Auto. We present it on Friday night at 7 o'clock as we come down the stretch toward playoff time. From the Schultz Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick for WNY Sports Now, where it all unfolds here.
Welcome to Internet Market Value Pricing. At Schultz, we use a unique computer software program that determines what every used vehicle within 250 miles is selling for. Then we price our vehicle at the lowest possible price, with no haggling, no uncertainty, and no hassle to you. All certified pre-owned vehicles come with a free Schultz Advantage 1-year maintenance plan, limited lifetime engine warranty, Carfax report, and go through a multi-point inspection before they are offered for sale. Visit us at schultzauto.com or in person at one of our convenient locations.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. Love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back. One of Jamestown's biggest business expos is set to take place Thursday, right here in the newly named Spain building. Heather Lynn and Mandy Finch from Lynn Development Solutions joins us now in studio with more. Ladies, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us a little bit about what we'll see on Thursday and what the event's about.
Sure. The expo has two parts to it this year. We have a new education piece, which is the symposium, which is going to be here in the Spain building.
Right.
That is, not, a lot of people know it as the Willow Bay Commerce Center. We have changed the name to the Spain building after Jason Spain, our president, his surname. So that's at the Willow Bay Theater, and that is in the morning. And so that's the educational speakers. People can sign up online for those. And then the second part of the day is the vendor showcase, which is exhibits of vendors of local businesses, and that is at the Lynn building just down the street, the old post office. A lot of people still call it the Jamestown Post Office building, and that's on the second floor. So there's a two-part a day, morning and afternoon. So there's two different ways to see the local businesses,
right,
and learn more about becoming better within your business.
So you guys already have business leaders scheduled to come to this, or like who's your audience? Who are you trying to get through the door?
We actually, it's open to the public, so we have people that are already signed up as vendors that are registered, and they're going to have tables and displays their products, their services, and we're trying to get the public to come and learn more about services that are available in local businesses and trying to help them grow and market their services.
And Mandy, a lot of small businesses in our area, is this a good opportunity for maybe some entrepreneurs who maybe, they're trying to get their foot in the door, make connections?
Yeah, for sure. This is the place you want to be. You get to meet or make relationships with other businesses and get your name out there. If you have samples, business cards, you definitely want to bring them to hand them out. Now,
Heather, is there a fee to come to this stuff, or can I just walk in?
You can walk in.
Oh,
it's free to the public.
That's perfect.
No admission, so you can. I know there's full disclosure. There's going to be some coffee samples. I know there's some sweet treats going to be. And whatever other people have to offer. I know there might be some raffles, whatever samples they might have. We have quite a few vendors signed up already, and it's not too late. If you still want to, get out there, give us a call today or go on the website. It's JamestownBusinessFirst.com. There's a registration button. You just simply click on it. There's a couple questions, and you're signed up.
Perfect.
And we'll get you a table tomorrow.
That's awesome. Yeah. And so I assume, because I've been in the Lynn building down the street, you guys have that whole big, it's like the second floor, I think? Is that kind of
where the post office used to be. People would probably be quite familiar with going up to the counter, dropping off their mail, getting stamps. that's where you're going to go into, and that space is still open, and so it is available for lease or
Right.
space. So that's where we're using that. It's wide open.
That's a cool historic place too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of awesome history just in that building. Even in the Spain building here,
Right.
we obviously rent our news suite out here, and it's incredible. And about the Spain building, the Willow Bay Theater, that is where we're going to have all these speakers.
Right.
So what are they going to? And obviously you have to register for that, right?
Well, you do,
Sort of.
but we are accepting, walk-ins as far as the speakers as well.
Okay.
Because we understand, everybody's busy, and you might decide, what, I do have an hour free this
Right.
morning. Let's go learn something. So please check us out on the website. To see if you might be able to do that. We have Todd Tranum from the Chamber is speaking from 9 to 10. His topic is Eye on the Horizon, taking on challenges, and harnessing the opportunity in a dynamic economy. So that sounds like
Oh, wow.
pretty challenging
Yeah.
Topics.
Good advice probably from Todd too. I mean,
Right.
He's a skilled businessman.
For sure. So we're very honored. And we have some pretty, high, good speakers here coming. So we also have social media marketing for your business by Simone Selstrom. She is the JCC Assistant Professor and Director of Communication. And then we have a shared hour because we decided it was pretty important to, local resources is always ever changing. We know that the Renaissance offers things for new businesses. So does the CCIDA and the city. So we have Vince DeJoy from the city development department, economic development department, as well as Rich Dixon and Lisa Hatch from JRC. So they're sharing the 11 to 12 o'clock hour. And they're going to talk about what each one of their disciplines has to offer businesses in the area. And then lastly, but certainly not least, Vince Horgan, the county executive, is going to be talking about Chautauqua County and the moving, busy Chautauqua County that we do have. So we always are eager to hear what Vince has to say.
Right, and a lot of
He
these...
has a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, for us, like for newsmakers, I mean, a lot of these people, they are the crisp of what is next and what is happening in the county, so
Absolutely.
It will be great to see. And one thing I wanted to note before we let you guys go here, and this building, the Spain building, you just renamed it, obviously, for your president, but there's been a lot of dust in our hallway, so I just want to let you know that hopefully that beautiful construction downstairs will come together. No, that's good. That's good. It's progress. That was one thing we're like, the construction, the sound of all the hammers and saws going, I'm like, this place is beautiful.
Yes, and there will be a grand reopening, coming soon once we have new businesses coming in downstairs. The first floor is totally going to be hopping.
Right.
And it's not ready, fully,
Right.
but please come by tomorrow and see what's going on. We want to show it off in the works and when it's all done. We're very proud of the work that's going on down here and Jamestown because it's growing and it's lively.
Right. A lot of exciting things happening. Thank you both for joining us, Mandy and
Thank you.
Heatherman. With that, let's throw it over to our favorite weatherman at the wall, Dakota Hunter.
Justin, you always call me your favorite weatherman.
Well, disclaimer, he's the only weatherman who works here. So
that's true, too.
Not to discredit
All right,
you.
let's take a look at the 7-day one more time. Again, we're going to go for that high of around 76. Again, we're going to bring in a slight chance of rain showers, especially in the later afternoon hours. And then tomorrow we actually cool down 69 to 50, and then 50 to 69, and then, 50 to 66. And then we actually warm up again on Sunday when we get it up to 74. But then we actually cool off a little bit as well. And just within the last few minutes, I have not had a chance to put it in the graphic because it just happened. The National Hurricane Center has finally declared that Invest 90L became Tropical Depression 16. And it is near... it's actually near the Yucatan Peninsula off Mexico. And once it forms into a tropical storm, it'll be given the name Nate. So we have our 16th tropical depression
Wow.
so far in the Atlantic this season, which has been well forecast for having a above average hurricane season. And of course, I'll put a graphic out on my Twitter feed at HuntersWX, and I'll put it on the Facebook page with WNY News Now as well. So guys,
Right.
enjoy the 7-day.
Perfect. Thank you, Dakota. Hey, that's News Now for today. Of course, we're back tomorrow for News 24/7. Be sure to check us out at WNYNewsNow.com. We're the site that puts coverage first. See you tomorrow.